Welcome to Metal Planet, a great place to discover new heavy metal and hard rock albums. My name is Max Gray. It's already a new release week for heavy music, so here's what's coming out on October 31st, 2025. 3 weeks ago I presented 3 records that I recommend for the October and Halloween spooky season, since many of you seem to have been into it, and since the release date this week coincides with Halloween Day, I'm gonna present again towards the end of the video 3 other recommendations of albums to listen to on Halloween night, records either from theatrical bands or records that will give you some spooky vibes. But before we get into those recommendations, we are going to start with the other albums that will be released this week. The first of those is by Despised, one of the most popular extreme metal bands from Canada and one of the OG deathcore formations. It is titled The Shadow Work and it is the band's 7th studio album. This upcoming record was produced by the band members Alex Serian and Eric Jarin, and it was mixed and mastered by the guitarist Christian Donaldson of the death metal band Utopie. A thing that really stands out in the music of Despised is the drumming of Alex Pelletier. His blast beats and his playing style in general are intense and precise. The frantic rhythms in the ensemble's music and the interplay between the two vocalists are other elements that stand out. Echoes of Isolation is the upcoming Opus by Defecto, a Danish modern progressive metal band that is on the Frontiers Records roster. The album will be a personal and introspective record for the group. Thematically, it will explore topics like mental illness and psychological struggles. According to the guitarist and singer Nick Lassen, each track in the LP will talk about a different struggle like schizophrenia, paranoia, trauma, and PTSD. In Echoes of Isolation, there will mostly be clean vocals, but some occasional harsh backing vocals will be present as well. Also, there's going to be a good balance between rhythm and melody, and the guitar solos will be intricate. King 810 is a formation from Flint, Michigan in the Midwest. I have liked the band's music since I discovered the album Memoirs of a Murderer, and I have been a fan ever since. I like the memorable, versatile vocal style, and the stories depicted in the lyrics of the singer David Gunn, which are sometimes almost like poetry. Rustbelt Nu Metal 2 will be the follow-up to Rustbelt Nu Metal, an album released last summer. Like his predecessor, the new record will be a studio album, but it was recorded live in front of a studio audience. No click track or metronome was used while recording. No samples, keyboards or synth parts are also present in the album. As a result, the record will have a sound that is relatively raw and that shows a more organic side of the band. The fourth record for today is Sudden Impact by Redshark. This band was founded 13 years ago and it is based in the city of Barcelona in Spain. The band's mascot is, as you can guess, a red sharp warrior character. He generally appears on the band's album covers. He reminds me a little bit of the DC Comics character King Shark from Suicide Squad. While listening to Redshark, you will feel some 80s metal vibes. The songs are played at fast tempos, the choruses are anthemic, and the singer has a distinct raspy voice that fits well with the aesthetic of the material. The drumming and the lively riffs are reminiscent a little bit of the album Painkiller by Judas Priest. This next record, Observance by the sludge metal project A Primitive Man from Colorado, will be an intense and challenging listening experience. Out of the 7 compositions that will appear on this record, many of them will have more than 10 minutes in length. Their sound will be uber abrasive. In the band's new tracks, the slow crushing riffs are ultra dissonant, and the caveman vocals are really harsh. The atmosphere is claustrophobic and oppressive, and there is an overall nihilist kind of vibe. This is probably not a record that will cheer you up, but the material is well executed for the style it is going for. Observance can be for fans of bands like Conjurer and Dow. This week we are going to get an EP by Trivium, one of the most popular metalcore bands of all time. This 3-track extended play is titled The Struck Dead, and it will be the formation's final release to feature the drummer Alex Bent, who parted ways with the band not so long ago. Trivium recently participated in a tour celebrating the 20th anniversary of its classic album Ascendancy, and it appears that the shows energized the band. The new track Bury Me With My Screams is a top-tier Trivium track that evokes the golden age of the band in the 2000s and early 2010s. Although extended plays are generally less important in a group's discography compared to full-length albums, the band seems to have put a lot of effort while creating this one. Aviana, another metalcore band, will soon drop the album Void via the label A Rising Empire. Aviana is a project led by the singer Joel Longvist, who is accompanied by 3 masked musicians known under the aliases Death, Fear and Dark. Even though some warm, clean vocals and vibrant electronic sounds are going to be present in Void, I would say that the music will overall be in a relatively aggressive form of metalcore. The songs that have been released yet feature aggressive screams, pummeling drums and blistering riffs. Some of the riffs have a genty flavor because of the low tunings and the atypical rhythms. Void is looking out to be a high-octane thrill ride. It's now time for my Halloween recommendations. 3 albums to listen to that will give you some Halloween vibes. The third release I recommend the most today for Halloween is the new Avatar record, Don't Go in the Forest. Avatar is a theatrical band, so much so that many metal fans call the ensemble's music carnival metal. The members often wear costumes, and the singer has makeup on his face that gives him the appearance of a creepy clown. Sometimes the weird melodies used by the band evoke the music that is played in circuses. It gives the music a kind of spooky, cartoonish atmosphere. Also, Avatar often changes its sound from one song to another. So just like when you were trick-or-treating when you were a kid and you didn't know what candy you were going to get, the new Avatar songs will surprise you with their different sounds and moods. Don't Go in the Forest will indeed be a good record to listen to on Halloween night. The second release I recommend the most for Halloween is by the Mexican band Cemican. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the name of this record because I'm gonna butcher it. The members of Cemican blend death metal with pre-Hispanic Mexican folk music. The electric guitar, bass and drums are accompanied by traditional wind instruments from the region. The band's songs have a dark atmosphere and they are sung in Spanish and the Aztecan language of Nahuatl. Cemican is another theatrical band. The musicians also wear costumes. Their makeup and masks resemble the costume people wear during La Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. The dark atmosphere, the costumes, and the theatrical aspect of the band will make this album a perfect listening experience for Halloween on October 31st and for the Day of the Dead on November 1st. The album that I undoubtedly recommend the most for Halloween is Hexenbrand 1486 by the German black metal band Mystic Circle. The album cover is a good indication of what we are going to get with this one. The record will mostly be about the Malleus Maleficarum, also known as the Hammer of Witches. It's a Latin text published in 1486 that talked about witchcraft and sorcery. Specific tracks will talk about black magic, the boogeyman, and the devil. Ghost of Whitechapel, a standout cut from the album, is about Jack the Ripper, and the story is told from the perspective of this deranged killer. For the singing, the Mystic Circle vocals sound demonic. You have the impression that the singer is possessed by a demonic entity. Halloween vibes ooze from Hexenbrand 1486. It's certainly not coincidental that this title will come out on October 31st. I will listen to this one straight on Halloween night. We are going to end today's video with 4 more records. Utopie by Aephanemer, or Aephanemer, I'm not sure what is the correct pronunciation. We'll have a melodic sound with the presence of symphonic elements and melodies that evoke classical music. This one can appeal to fans of Children of Bodom. Survival Protocol will be the 9th studio album by Stillbirth, a death metal band with a brutal sound that isn't afraid to use humor and not take itself too seriously, like we can see in the video for the song Baptized in Blood. The third album, Crucible and Ruin by the group Howling Giant from Nashville, Tennessee, will be an amalgamation of stoner rock, progressive rock and psychedelic rock that can be for you if you like bands like Mastodon. This one will contain cool drum fills. The final album, Opus Diabolicum, will be a live record by the Portuguese gothic metal band Moonspell. It was recorded with a 45-piece orchestra based in the city of Lisbon. With its gothic atmosphere, this last one could also be a cool listen on Halloween night. So that's it for today. Tell me in the comments which album or albums you plan to listen to on Halloween night. Do you have recommendations of records not discussed in this video that you recommend me and other people to listen to on Halloween? If you like to stay up to date on the new heavy music releases that come out each week, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more heavy metal and hard rock related content. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!